Hi, I'm Sean Walker from iTrain Hockey. Today we're going to be working on the stationary front leg snapshot. So stationary just again means we're going to be standing still. Snapshot's a nice powerful shot that we might take somewhere within the slot. Doesn't really have as quick of a release as what like a wrist snapshot or perhaps a wrist shot might have, but it's a nice shot for us to take in a one-timer position as well too. So we're going to be breaking down exactly how to execute that skill and all the important vital points, as well as some correction points if you're going to be teaching it to players. So check it out. Okay, let's talk about position number one. Position one is our setup position. Our toes are going to be facing the net. Puck is going to be on the backhand side, and our arms are going to be away from our body, so we have a nice big window. This is going to help us once we get into position two, so we can really put a lot of weight into our stick to activate it. The main thing here is in position one, our head is going to be up, and we're going to be looking to our targets. This is like our analyzing position. If I was doing this in motion, I'd be gliding towards the net and sort of thinking, where can I score? This is your setup. Okay, let's move on to position number two. Position two, we're going to have the puck from the backhand side. We're going to pull it over to our left side as a lefty. Because we're doing a front leg shot, we don't want to be leaning on our left leg by the time we fire. We're actually going to be transferring our weight into position three onto our front leg. But before we do that, we want to make sure that underneath our chin when we wind up is going to be our bottom hand. We can't lean, we don't want this too far out to the side because we want to really be bearing down and placing a lot of weight into our stick. So your wind up should be actually quite small. Look how between the puck and my nearest foot, my left skate, there isn't too much distance. Okay, so it's nice and close. Looking at it from a cross section, look how the puck is in line with my back heel. In position one, I had a nice big window, and now in position two, that window's even bigger. So if you notice, my top hand is going to be first, and then my bottom hand, and then back here is going to be the puck. So this is how we're just setting the position up. So I pull the puck back, but in order to make it a snapshot, we want to actually separate the puck with the blade. So you're going to do what's just called setting the puck. You can set it ahead, and it should be set maybe about a foot or 2 feet. And once you set it, that will set you up to get into position three, where we're going to begin to transfer our weight. So position one looks like this. Position two, I lean on my left leg. I'm doing a lateral lunge. I don't have much weight onto my right leg because that one's about to stride forwards. I set the puck ahead, and then I begin to step into position number three. Okay, so some correction points for position two. It's really important that your top hand has to pop out. A lot of players, top hand pops into their belly, can't properly flex their stick this way, or goes right into their hip because they're thinking the bigger the wind up, then the bigger the shot will be, the stronger the shot will be. But we actually can't flex our stick very well here too. So it's very important that in position one we have that big window. In position two, that window gets even bigger. So it's almost right in front of my body. Bottom hand is underneath my chin, so I can place all the weight into the stick. And that's what we should be doing in position two. Once we've set that puck, you begin to activate your stick as much as you can, flex into it, and then step into that follow-through phase. A lot of players, when they're taking this shot, they don't focus so much on the back leg. So what I want you to do is really wind up. You're winding up your legs as well as winding up your arms and activating your stick. So place that weight onto your left leg as a lefty. Some players might just sort of do this and sort of bend their knees, just sort of generally. I want you to place all of your weight onto that back leg and be ready to take like a really aggressive stride onto your front leg in position three. Okay, let's move on to position number three. Position three, we've already set the puck in position two. So what we're going to do is we flexed our stick. We're going to start activating it. This is perfect. When we look at these hash marks right here, let's pretend as if I wind up, I'm going to pull the puck to the top hash mark. I'm going to set the puck so that it lands on the first hash mark here. And what you should be focusing on doing is flexing your stick through position three as you're transferring your weight onto your front leg. So as a lefty, my front leg is going to be my right leg. If I was a righty, then my front leg would be my left leg. As you're taking the shot, you're flexing your stick, flexing your stick. By the time you connect, look how in front of the puck my hands are. My hands are so in front so that I can really flex my stick. The main one is the bottom hand. As long as this bottom hand is in front of the puck, then look at this cross section. It's a lot easier for me to be able to flex my stick. So it's really important that you pop that top hand out. By the time you connect, the puck is going to be in line with your heel. All of your upper body strength will be leaning over top of your stick so that we can really apply that weight into it. How long do we flex the stick? Well, if here's the first hash mark and here's the second hash mark, you're going to be sweeping it And because you're going to be sweeping it, by the time the puck and the blade connect, the sweep will turn into a very natural snap. Once they connect, boom, it'll be very loud. You continue to flex your stick even past the puck and then take your shot. One main correction point in position 3 is that a lot of players, they will sweep up to the puck, but then they'll lift up their stick from there and then shoot it. I want you to lean on your left, flex, flex, flex your stick, keep flexing it, connect with the puck, and keep flexing it. Flex, 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 and then rip your shot. Your bottom hand is going to be pushing down, 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 connect with the puck, forward, 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 forward. And then as that's happening, our top hand is going to be snapping over into position 3, so that can really get that nice, almost like a wrist shot technique, but creating that nice saucer technique with our top hand. The faster you snap this wrist over, the better that snapshot will be in position 3. Okay, let's do another correction point for position number 3. Position 3 again is our weight transfer phase. It's really important that when we connect with the puck, that we connect with the puck in line with our front heel. When I'm taking a few of my snapshots, there's a few times where I might be taking this shot where it's in line with my front toe, so it's actually a head, and I'm not able to flex my stick nearly as well than if I can actually lean right over top of it and get that bottom hand and my top hand in front of the puck. If I take a shot where my hands are sort of behind the puck and the puck is in front of my front toe, then I'm not able to bear down and place a lot of weight into that stick. You might be able to create a nice snapping sound, but it won't be nearly as clean and smooth and perfect of a connection with the puck as what we want, and it's really important. If I set the puck and it's too shallow, so I take the shot and it's here's my front heel, it's actually back here a little bit. This is a really awkward place for us to shoot it. It's a nice spot actually to be receiving a pass in between your legs to take the snapshot. But again, even as you're shooting that shot, it should be in line with your front heel. If it's a little bit shallow, then I can still take the snapshot, but I'd have to really readjust where it is that I'm pointing to my target to keep the shot accurate. But look, if the puck is in line with my back foot, I might end up shooting it a little bit too far to my left. So again, it's really important that when you take the shot, it's in line with that front heel. Okay, position number 4 is going to be our follow-through position. We have position 1, position 2 is our wind-up. You're going to set the puck. Position 3, we're leaning on our left. 3 and 4, they almost happen at the exact same time. It should be 3 and then 4. If your tempo sounded like anything, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 and 4 would happen again at the same time. You're going to flex your stick as hard as you possibly can, connect with the puck, and then continue to follow through. So position 4 is going to be our follow-through position. By the time you finish pointing, if here's my stick vertical, you'd be pointing just a little bit over vertical so that the very bottom of the tip of your stick is facing your target. A lot of players' snapshots, as a correction point, finishes right here. I want you to go really far, go really deep. Look at any NHLer, and it looks like they're almost shooting a sniper rifle when they're taking their shot. So don't finish here, go all the way through that shot and lean onto that front leg. The last and most important part to a front leg stationary snapshot is my front leg is my right leg as a lefty. You need to make sure that that toe is facing your target. You want to hit the left side, that toe faces the left. You want to hit the right side, open it up even a little bit more to that right side. Unless you want some disassociation, or you want to maybe pretend like you're shooting it to the right, then you can obviously do that, and it'll be a nice fake shot to one side, and you shoot to the other side. But it's important that the toe, no matter what, faces the net. I found like correcting a lot of players over the years, a lot of players' toes are facing to the side. So just because a lot of players are constantly taking snapshots off of the ice with their legs lined up with their target, so they never actually get into a position 1. They just go 2, 3, 4, and that's a good way to take a snapshot, and we will actually work on that just as like as a progressionary point. We would start with something like this, but then when I skate, I don't skate sideways when I'm taking my shot. I always skate with my toes facing the net. So this is why we're teaching it this way right now first. Toes face the net in position 1, toes face the net in position 2. By the time you let that puck go and you take that stride, your front leg toe has to face the net. If it faces this way, you can't hyperextend your knee so that you can put more weight on it. You're going to be stuck in this position, or you'll be stuck having to almost stop. So don't be afraid to, even a stationary shot, you should still be finished in a little bit of a glide. You can start stationary, but finish with a nice strong glide, just so all your momentum is driving towards your net. Okay, let's do correction points for position number 4. It's really important that when we're taking these shots, we have to be pointing directly to our target. We need a full extension. There's a few times where I'm taking a snapshot, and this is my follow through, where it's a pretty full extension, but it can go deeper. And if you go deeper, not in just what you're pointing at, but also onto that front leg where your whole upper body weight is bearing and leaning over top of your stick, and then you release the shot, and all of that weight is now bearing onto your front leg. It's just so important. It's so vital when we're taking our snapshots to create that proper technique to make it even more powerful. A snapshot is our second most powerful shot next to a slap shot, so it's really important that we need that full extension. I swear, a lot of players' snapshots, AAA players that already have an amazing technique that just need to fine tune it, I swear the one thing is just a more full extension. Not to here, but going just that extra little bit further, so the very tip of your stick is facing your target, and you're just bearing on the front of the stick a little bit more, your front leg a little bit more. And another component, correction point that we wanted to talk about was shooting our arms and legs at the same time. So both in the wind-up, arms and legs need to wind up at the same time. Then you set the puck while your weight is still on your left leg. And when you take the shot, some players might shoot their arms, then their legs, or they might shoot their legs, then their arms. And in the correction point that we were talking about in position 3, when you connect, it has to be in line with that front heel. So it's really important that our upper body, our arms, and our upper body are coordinated with our lower body, with our legs. So by the time you take that shot, everything has to happen at the same time in order for them to connect at that proper point, and then you finish with a nice smooth follow through. The last thing is we have 4 components when we're taking a shot. Our first component is technique. We just focus on technique a lot. Accuracy is the second component. Power, and we need a mental aspect of it. We have an intention, so we shoot to score. So that's our 4th component. We just worked on technique a lot to make it more accurate. Make sure the tip of your stick is facing your target. Make sure your eyes are up in all 4 positions. 1, 2, 3, and 4, your eyes are up, and all of the squares inside the netting, as long as you can find 2 squares that are side by side, that's how big that puck is. So find 2, and you'll be able to shoot it past the goalie, or maybe you could shoot it off of the inside of the post, so it goes ding, and then pops inside the net. The tip of your stick should be facing your target. This is not a full extension of the follow through. This is a nice full extension of the follow through, and that'll make it a hell of a lot more accurate. To make it more powerful, in a stationary shot, we want to push off our back leg as hard as we possibly can from our back leg onto our front leg. You're taking a full stride. You're not just stepping onto that leg, but taking a full stride. We want to be leaning over our front leg with our upper body, really flexing our stick, making that nice long, loud sweeping sound. So by the time it connects with the puck, it's a beautiful loud snapshot. Turning your top hand, snapping that wrist over is another way just to create a nice hard snapshot. And then the last component is that mental game. It's all the shooting to score. When you take a shot, even if it's in mini sticks and you're taking a snapshot, or in a practice, or on the street, on the driveway perhaps, and you're taking a shot, shoot for a reason, shoot to score. Start challenging yourself. I want to hit left post inside this little spot, and then boom, pick that spot. Okay, let's move on to the second way of taking a snapshot. The second way is not how we would be shooting it on the ice, but it might be a way that we want to first learn how to take a snapshot. So our legs are going to be lined up with our target. If I want to hit that left side, then my toes are perfectly lined up with the left. If I want to hit the right side, then I want to course correct and just turn them a little bit to the side. In this position, we don't really have a position 1. We're just going to be moving into position 2 with our weights on our back leg, and then striding onto our front leg, taking the shot, and then pointing to the target. This is a nice technique, again, just for us when we're first learning to take a snapshot. Learning about position 2, 3, 4. But again, our toes, when we take a shot, unless we are taking a one-timer, perhaps, our toes are almost always facing our net when we're taking a front leg snapshot. So it's really important that the way that we just chatted about it before and we taught about it, that's our most proficient way of taking a snapshot. So let's dissect this one. Okay, when we take this shot, we want to make sure that if here's the middle of my body, it should be just a little bit in front of that position, so that by the time I hit it, it's already in line with my front heel. This is the same way we'd set up for a slap shot if I wanted to hit a slap shot from inline position. So position, we're going to go right into position 2. Position 2 should look like this, where I'm doing a lateral lunge onto my left leg. I'm not leaning too far out to the side. My chest is up, knees are bent, and I'm going to be flexing my stick. Try, especially for tall players, don't just bend your back. I really want you to bend your knee and sit down nice and low in this position. Flex your stick as hard as you possibly can. Connect with that puck so it's in line with your front heel. Keep sweeping it past the puck, just like you learned how to do, and then finish with a nice full extension. So here's what it looks like.